According to the Bart Inspector General, they were actually tipped off about 3 potentially problematic employees by other Bart staff.
When you see people maybe leaving a little bit early, sometimes you might just go straight to management with the concern. But in these cases, they were for extended periods of time, and we observed that to be true.
Using security cameras within the Bart system, investigators were able to see exactly when the 3 employees would show up and leave. In one case in particular, Bart police got involved and even filed a criminal complaint, which has now been taken up by the San Mateo District Attorney.
He had checked in and received money when he was not at work, and the total amount we're talking about here by our analysis is $9,000, just over $9,000. And when somebody does that, that's theft. That's a crime. And we, in San Mateo County, we prosecute those.
According to the San Mateo County District Attorney's Office, which has filed the criminal charge, the former Bart employee was responsible for repairing all of the fare gates at the Bart stations between Glen Park and San Francisco and Millbrae. That now former employee, Alan R. Bowie, resigned when he was confronted about the investigators' findings. And according to the DA's office, currently has a warrant out for his arrest on the related charges. In the other 2 cases, the Inspector General says the employees were regretful about their actions, so the IG's office referred them to Bart Executive Management. When asked about consequences for those 2 employees, a Bart spokesperson replied with a statement that reads in part, "We cannot comment on personnel matters, but we are grateful for the Office of the Inspector General for bringing these investigations to our attention."
Isaac Moba is embarrassed and wants to distance himself from his former fiancée, Margreta. So he asked us not to show his face. Here's why.
I was working, so I didn't know what really was she doing until one day I got called that she got arrested.
U.S. Attorney charging documents say that Saba Khan, Margreta Jabba, and James Peabody ran a multi-million-dollar scam from 3 North Texas African-themed stores. Federal investigators say that they were stealing electronic benefits from those on government assistance through skimming. At Saba's African Market on Pipeline Road in Bedford, agents say they found SNAP benefits money sent to her bank account from August 2016 through November 2022. Now to Isaac's ex-fiancée, Margreta. They co-owned Leela African Store in Blue Mound. Investigators say they found 2 bank accounts where SNAP benefits were sent. One started in May 2022, the other in January 2023. According to court documents, Afromart is where Peabody leased space to Khan to run a store. Federal records show the 34-year-old is listed as the owner. Investigators say that they found an account with SNAP money there, too. In fact, federal prosecutors say that the 3 bilked $2.6 million from 3,000 SNAP recipients across the country. Now, even though the government benefits are for food, investigators say no groceries were purchased. Agents say the 3 swiped card after card with no actual transactions. And the victims? Well, they stretch from coast to coast, California, Texas, and even New York. Court documents also show the plan was hatched when the trio went out for dinner in 2022. According to prosecutors, the scheme was never to keep the businesses open for more than 4 months. Isaac is no longer accepting SNAP cards. He can't. And he's changing the name.
Oh, yes. That, it will help to clear the memory of, oh, yeah, Leela African Store was like that.
Tucson's largest drug and alcohol rehab centers has been accused of fraud by the state. As a result, now that rehab facility is no longer receiving state payments.
I can tell you it's not what any healthcare facility wants to hear, accusations of fraud. But today, Arizona Rehab Campus here behind me was notified by the state via the Arizona Healthcare Cost Containment System known as Access that it's being accused of 3 separate claims of fraud tonight. The mere basis of the accusations is enough for Access to temporarily suspend all Medicaid, Medicare, and any other state payments being made to the company until this situation can be legally resolved. That suspension officially begins tomorrow. News 4 Tucson today obtained all 3 of the credible accusations of fraud reports from the state today. Those are documents detailing these claims against them. The reports all essentially look exactly the same. They state that the Arizona Rehab campus here is accused of defrauding the Medicaid system by allegedly billing for services it should have known were not provided as claimed, and or kept deficient medical records to verify services that it claimed were provided. Tonight, legal counsel for Arizona Rehab campus sent us a statement reading in part, quote, ARC is cooperating with Access in its investigation, consistent with its obligation to provide good care. ARC will continue to serve commercial clients and assist Access clients in relocating to other facilities during Access's review. I spoke with City Council member Paul Cunningham today, who says he's been concerned by many recent issues or alleged issues within sober living facilities, which has gotten the governor and attorney general's attention, their clear attention. They've been focusing on this heavily for several months now. He's happy to see that the state is paying such close attention to these sorts of problems.
Kujichagulia.